In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the advanced features of the header builder, specifically the sticky and the overlay header features. Here on the page, we have a sticky header and an overlay header. And this header has a couple of features. The very first thing you will notice is that it's transparent and has this blurry background. And then it also changes color when it sticks. But it goes beyond that. It doesn't just change the background color. The text colors also changes. You can see it is white here, but then the text is also black here. Not only that, if you hover on it, it has a hover style. It also changes color when you hover on it. And not just that, the background changes color, the other menu items also changes color. You can see, even when it's just overlay, you can see that the other menu item changes color when you hover. They react to the hover effect. And not just that, the logo also reacts. And when you scroll up, you can see that the logo changes to its original color. But when you hover here, you can see that the logo changes to the same color as the other menu items. So it's a really complex configuration, but there is more. If you go to the About page, you can see that the About page, since it does not have that background, hero background, it doesn't need to be transparent. And therefore the About page acts differently. It doesn't have all the extra styling that the home page has. Now, typically, this usually comes into play when you have a page like a blog page, an article page, and you don't want those extra features that you had on the home page. It's beautiful to have these on the home page. There's a lot of graphic details in the home page and you want to showcase the beauty of the header. But when you go to a page like a blog page, let's say, for example, you really don't need all that. You need your header to be simple. Even if you wanted it to be a regular header style, you can still make that happen in a different page. So these are the things we're going to take a look at today and how to achieve it. And you're going to do this without having to write complex codes to make sure that you exclude so many things, on different pages. So let's jump into it. I have another site here. Here I've set up the Mega Menu Pro and header builder, and everything is in its default state. And what I'm going to do is that I am going to take this site, look at the About Us page here, and this is the home page. And we're going to take this from this to what we have here. And I'm going to show you how we achieve all these configurations from the beginning to the end. When you open the Mega Menu Pro and the header builder in Etch, this is what you get. So we're going to start by setting up the sticky header and the overlay header. I'm going to click on the header component and I'm going to turn on sticky header. I'm also going to turn on overlay header. I'm going to turn on the scroll down visibility. So when I scroll down, I want to hide all the rows, and when I scroll up, I just want to reverse. Let me save. Let's look at what we have, and that is going to allow me to scroll, hide, and show. All right, now we're going to go to the overlay header settings, and we're going to go to overlay header width. I'm going to set it to 1400 pixels. I'm going to go to the overlay header radius and set it to 50 VW. The overlay header inset, I'm going to set it to 20 pixels. And you can see what is already happening here. Now, if we go to the front end, you're going to see more. All right, that is already looking good. But then we want it to be like this. We don't want a space at the top. Let's look at the About Us so you can see it very well. We don't want a space at the top, okay? And you can see no space at the top, but ours has a space at the top. To remove that, we're going to go to Remove Inset Top. Click on that. And that is going to automatically remove that space on the top. Now we have what we want. So we can see that the button is getting really close to the edge here because of these radius. So to fix that, we're going to increase the header inline padding. So let's go to the header, and I'm going to go to the header inline padding. It's 1 rem by default. I'm just going to drop in a calc function there and save. All right. So that gives us an extra padding. So next thing we want to do is to change the color of the overlay header so that it's going to look like this. So I'm going to go in with the header selected. I'm going to go to overlay header background, and I want a transparent from black. And to do that, I will use color mixing. Sometimes it's not really very convenient to write a lot of text in here. So I'm just going to go to the bottom of this, the very bottom. I just want to borrow a space and generate. Etch has this recipe. So I'm going to do color mixing recipe, and it's going to give me a recipe. Okay, black 50% transparent, but I want it to be 30%. Okay, I'm just going to copy that out. I was just borrowing that space, and then I'm going to come here and put it here. And that gives me a 30% black. If you want to do light mode, dark mode, you could do var black and just fall back to black. And that gives us that. But then if you look at this, when we hover, it gets darker. You can see, let's go up here. When you hover, it gets dark. So that is what is called the overlay header active background. Right now it is set to be the header background, which is white. So if we go on to the front end, we will see that it turns white, but we want it to be darker, not white. So we just want to make it black or var black. So you can see when I hover on it, it turns dark. Now we are faced with another challenge. Because the menu items are dark, we can't see them, and we don't want to change the color, because if we change the color to white, when we come here, it's going to be white. So instead of doing that, we are going to do something to move it to the next level, and that is to enable the special sticky and overlay styles. That would allow us to configure everything in the header depending on the state of the header. There are 3 states. The first state is before scrolling. Second state is before scrolling and hovered. Third state is after scrolling. The fourth state is after scrolling and hovered. So that is the 4 states that we are going to configure. And each of the components that makes up the header builder and the Mega Menu Pro have this configuration. So let's start with the menu item. I'm going to click any menu item and make sure that the menu item component is selected. I'm going to come here to navigate to the comments, and then where I have sticky overlay header special styles, I'm going to first of all go to styles before scrolling, and I want to redeclare the menu color, the menu items color. If you don't know the name of the variables that controls this, you just simply scroll all the way up. So we want to get the menu item color. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to come back to that section before scrolling, and I'm going to paste menu item color, but before scrolling, I want it to be white. So you can see now that it looks okay. Next, now when we hover, we want to turn the menu items to this darker shade, all the other menu items. So what we're going to do is that we're going to set the menu item color on hover, and we're going to set the menu item hover color also, so that the menu item colors changes and the hover color also changes. So we are going to go here, and then this was styles before scrolling. We're going to move to styles before scrolling hover. I'm going to take the menu item color. I also want to configure the menu items hover color. If you don't know it, you can always scroll back up here to check the names. Menu items hover color. All right, now when I hover, I want the menu item color to be, I want to use color mixing. Okay, so I'm just going to do color mixing. I want the color to be white. You can see, but 50% transparent. But of course, doing that, we always want it to be the darker shade of the hover color. So instead of doing that, we just use I'm just going to copy the hover color that is here, and I'm just going to say var. Okay, so that gives us the darker shade. So if the hover color changes to, let's say, red, see, it gives us the darker shade of the red. Okay, so we have that. So let's preview on the front end and see what we have. And then what about this? We want the logo to also change to about something similar to this. So I'm going to go to the header, and I'm going to go here, SVG styles before scrolling. So this only supports SVG. So the style before scrolling, we want this SVG to be white. By default, we have some commented out default values there. So I just comment that out to make it white, but I could just say var white. When we hover, I want it to also be the same as the menu items color when on hover, but we can't use that variable because of the scoping, because the header is higher above in the DOM, so it cannot inherit the variables of the menu items. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get that same value. So I will do this, and now I'm using HSL here, but you can change it to the same color mixing that we have, and we want it to be white. So it does the same thing. So we make it transparent white. So what if we just say, let's use the same var white. Okay, so we have that option and save that. So right now we are done with the before scrolling and before scrolling hover. So everything looks good. Let's look at the after scrolling. After scrolling and after scrolling hover. Oh, things are not looking good. After scrolling looks okay, but what about the hover? The hover doesn't look good. So what are we going to change in the hover? So what we need to change is the menu item colors on hover and the hover color. And I think we should do the same thing that we did for the other ones. So I'm going to select the menu item again, and then I'm going to go to that before scrolling hover. Let's just copy these values. After scrolling was okay, but after scrolling hover, I'm just going to paste it. And it's basically the same thing as the other one, since it is still black on hover. So I'm just going to refresh that, and we still have the same thing. And we'll do the same thing for the logo. We go to the header, SVG style, before scrolling hover. That was the color. We're going to copy it. After scrolling hover, we just want to do the same thing. After scrolling hover. All right, that looks good. Now take a look at this. These menu items are changing, and the same problem here. Why? Let's look at why. Because they were set originally. So you need to know the variables that you're working with. So this is the menu items. This is the drop down items. So let's go to the drop down. Just click any drop down, and then you're going to see drop down item hover color. We set it to be the menu item hover color, which has changed to white. Now we want to set it to remain black so that it will not change. So I'm going to refresh that so it doesn't change anymore. So whether we are here, it doesn't change. So that we have quickly done that. Now, so let's just tidy up and go in and configure it to have this border radius and the caret. Let's do that before we continue. So I'm just going to go in, select the navigation, and go to drop downs. Now, if you want to configure something that once you configure it at one place, it affects all the drop down, you have to configure it at the nav level, not at the drop down level, because those options will only be available at the nav level. So it can affect all the drop down. And I'm talking about the props, not the variables. So for the props, we go to drop down, the drop down content radius. I want to set it to 2 rem, and I'm going to enable caret. And then the drop down offset gap. Of course, if you don't put the gap, you are not going to see the caret. So I'm going to put it 16 pixel for the gap, or 1 rem. I'm going to save it, and let's go to the front end. Okay, so we have that. Nice. All right, now, so we have done all that. We have finished with this configuration on the home page. Let's go to the about page. Now, the first thing we realize here is it looks okay, you know, but what if we don't want this? For example, what if this dark part was completely transparent? Let's say we go back into the builder and just make this overlay header background, not just 30% transparent, but 0, completely transparent. And you can see that if we look at the home page, it will look perfectly fine, okay, because the background is dark. But we go here, we don't want it to be like this. So what we want to do is we want to remove that special styling from this page. Let's assume this was a blog page. So what you're going to do is I'm going to go to that about page, edit with Edge. To remove the special style, you're going to select any section, preferably the first section, and then you're going to insert an attribute to remove the styles from that page. Data no overlay style, and that is it. That is because we want to remove just the style. We don't want to turn off the overlay header. We want to turn off just the style. So I'm going to just hit enter and save. Now, right now we have the overlay styles, all the scrolling, active, on hover, and all whatnot. But if we refresh again, you see that those styles goes away. Let's assume that we didn't want to have the overlay style. We can go back to that page and add data no overlay and just save. So that means we don't even want this overlay, header again. I'm going to save this, and we don't have the overlay, but we have the sticky. What if we don't want to have the sticky here? Remember that if we go to the home page, everything still looks normal, but we want to configure how we want the header to behave on this page. What if we didn't want the sticky? Same thing. We'll go in, and then we're going to add data no sticky. So right now we're able to remove all of the features that we had on the home page. It is not sticky here, it's just a regular header, but here we want the sticky. So I'm going to go and undo the data no sticky, and I think we like the overlay, so I'm going to undo the data no overlay, but we just don't want the style. Okay, and let's refresh, and we have our overlay. But the problem is, since it is overlay, the content now sits behind the header, therefore it pushes the text upwards, and we can solve that. And we solve that by going to the header, and under overlay header, we turn on offset section padding. And once we turn that on, it's going to automatically apply a section padding, which value you can override, but there's already a clamp function for the default value. Now let's look at this. So we're going to refresh it, and you're going to see that there is an offset applied to it, but we don't want that offset here. Okay, so you can see originally our text, if you look at this, see there's a lot of extra padding that we did not have before. Now this is where the text was with that extra padding. Now it doesn't look bad, but let's assume that we want that text to be right above or right on the man's neck. Okay, not below it, but on it. We want to disable that padding from this page, but we want it enabled on the About Us, because we like it to be enabled on the About Us. Now this page is our demo page. So I'm going to close this About page and I'm going to open the demo page. And to remove the padding from the demo page, which is our home page, remember the mega menu is supposed to be right on the neck, not here. Now I'm going to go there to that page. The same thing, go to the face or any of the section, but preferably the face, and then add data no padding and save. And that will deactivate the padding from this page alone, but the other page is still gonna have the padding. So you can see that there are modular controls for individual pages. So it makes it possible for you to create any kind of header style you want on a specific page, and then disable that style on another page and just have something completely different, at least to a lot of extent. So that's most of what you need to know about the advanced options for the Mega Menu Pro and Header Builders sticky and overlay feature. So go ahead and give it a try. If you have any issues, write it in the comments, send me an email. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, do have a great day. And if you want to get the Mega Menu Pro, please check the description, check the comment section. You're going to see a link. You can grab yourself a copy. Until next time, do have a great day. Bye.